Welcome. How's it going all? Today is the 11th of December 2020. It's a Friday. And yeah, trading the UK horse races just like they would be financial markets. And here on Twitch at the moment, daily. So it's just Mr. Exchange Trader. And then also uploaded to YouTube the same day. So if you're new to trading or just want to have fun looking at my successes and losses, just follow along. Find a video useful, give it a thumbs up. And also feel free to leave any comments. I'm happy to help in any way I might be able to. But yeah, still trading low stakes for now. Had some encouraging success. This is episode 30, believe it or not. So 30 days of doing this, recording it. And I'm pleased with the progress. Yesterday did have a loss, brought in a loss. It was a losing day. I did trade on in the evening sessions as well, which helped me reduce the loss, but it was still a losing day. But this is the thing, it wasn't out of kilter with regards to what I would typically make on a day. So it's always 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Well, it's not always, but it's a good formula to have. If you're going, you're making gradual progress. That's the most you can ask for, making money. So let's have a look at what's going on now. We've got the 20 minutes to the off. 19 minutes. Got a favourite at threes. So it's at its crossover point here. It's come in, it's pulled back, and it's finding resistance. So I think it's going into threes rather than finding support off of it. Let's just find a bigger chart here to zoom in on. It's actually I'm zooming in on the chart, but it's still quite hard to tell whether it's gone into it. Yeah, I'm going to say that's resistance. I'm going to say it's going into threes, obviously. So it's come up from below and moved into it. So it's finding resistance there. So break higher at threes could be a viable trade. This here clearly has been coming in and it's finding support at threes. So interestingly, this moving higher past threes and this moving lower past threes would be the 2 trades that spring to mind. Still 18 minutes to the off, 26 grand match, which is okay. Could be better. Tight book. So yeah, let's see what opportunities present to themselves. So I'm looking breaks on these effectively. This here, let me just have this is at tens, so it's not great in terms of trading odds. And it's hard to read off its support level. So I'll be keeping an eye on that just to see what's going on. But these two are the main players, if you like. But yeah, yesterday's losses. This is the beauty of like recording stuff, and I encourage anyone, experienced or not, just to record your stuff. That way you've got just a perfect record. It's the most honest you'll ever have to be of yourself in trading game, because you can't blag the market, you can't lie to it, you can't it is what it is. And recording it, you can just look back and see where you went wrong. My problem yesterday was I had basically I didn't trade badly. The only thing that was wrong was that I'd left a position unattended. So I'd had a speculative position in one of the selections and I was looking at the other, and I managed the one that I was focused on. That was still a loss, but then the other one I'd left open, so it ended up doubling the loss. So yeah, just one of the lessons to learn, just to need to continually keep your wits about you, not get angry at the market if something does go wrong. But I found as well, I had like 2 losses in a row, and because that was quite a significant loss on the day, I decided to take a break. Went away for a couple of hours, had some other work to do, came back and then trade the evening sessions, and was able to reduce that loss overall. So yeah, sometimes it can just to get perspective on things and make sure you don't do anything silly. It's just have that fail safe of just taking a break from the market, just to you know, brings perspective what's going on, and make sure you don't put any of your capital at in jeopardy. But still waiting for something to happen here on this market. Yammering away there. So okay, some questions here. Thank you as well to new subscribers on both Twitch and YouTube. So it could be breaking. Oh, I'm not paying attention here. Come on, mate. Just talking away. And what I've wanted to occur has happened. This is broken threes. This is broken threes. So I've got a fill on this. Could also have gone long on that, but I don't want to go, you know, if I'm effectively betting on the same thing. If I'm saying short this and go long on that, be doubling that risk unnecessarily. So might as well just focus, you know, building a bigger position in this. Fuck, only got a little bit of skin in the game on this. Wanted a bigger position. So right on the position, but didn't have sorry, right on the direction. Okay, let's come back and field me now. So we got £4 net. That's slightly better. Oh, what's that done? Shit. So I'm anticipating now that it's broken threes, it could now be falling back to find resistance off of it. So I'm going to see if I can, you know, hold out for a bigger move here. What did I get filled at? 298? Yeah, 298. $13 tee off. So far it looks like it could be finding resistance at freeze as I anticipated, but I have to be careful. Excuse me, because that just might be consolidating, as you've seen in the price here. It might not be punching lower, so it might just be finding support at these lows. But this bullishness here is at least giving some context. This potentially moving lower. You can see this one's moved off. So gonna hold tight just for now, just for a little bit longer. Excuse me. Does feel like the brunt of the money's on this one at the moment, but yeah, I'm gonna hang tight on this position. Not too sure about this one above it, but we'll leave it for now. Okay, that got filled. So it's gone back into threes. This has been very flat. What would that take me to? 12. That might be a bit too steep. Take out some of that. Take out some of that, reduce it. So I'm going for a maximum net stake position of 10 if this gets filled. Let's put some partial exits in. This has started to roll over. I need to be cautious, defensive. Okay. So 11 minutes tee off. Fruit shoots 82. When you right click on the backlay, oh hang on, sorry, just pay attention to this. Okay, so got filled on Oh, it's the same amount. Let me just drag that up. So that's one of the advantages of having some positions outside the money, because if it does drop, you've got position on them, and you can get filled on them. So 10 minutes, got some green. I'm going to just take that out, just be happy with what I've got there. Not amazing, but not a loss either. So just ease into it with the first trade of the day. So Alex Fruit Shoots 82 says, when you right click on the back or lay column and it goes that mustard color, it's a stop loss. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm aware of that. It was either yourself or one of the other guys mentioned that. Absolutely, it's good to know. I think as though as well though, if correct me if I'm wrong, if you use the stop loss, then it nets out the entire position. So if I had, say, £8 net, like £10 net position, stop loss will take out everything. Which is why, if that is the case, I should really fiddle around with it just to get an idea. But if that is the case, that isn't always what I'm after, because sometimes I just want partial exits on it, like the staggered exit. But yeah, definitely it's a good feature to be aware of, just to reduce clicks. So let's have a look at what the next one here is. Oh, it looks pretty thin looking at Guardian. Oh, scheiße. So this one here has, I'm going to pass on this one, just straight. And let me just see if I can read what's going on. Yeah, it looks like it's just broken twos at the support. So from my previous videos, you may find that my gripe with when a chart's moved like this and it isn't charted logarithmically, is I can't tell what's been going on with it. BetAngel is this is the software I'm using, is an amazing piece of software. So this limitation isn't really down to them. They do have advanced charts as well, but they don't show the entire history. So these are basically imported from Betfair. And yeah, it's just annoying because as you see, charting is one of my main features, one of my main decision-making tools. And I'd urge you as well, if you have like a checklist of things that you go through that you need to see, and one of them's lacking, then you need to be aware of that. Either you have the opportunity to pass on that potential trade and just wait until you've got all the things lined up, or you could trade it, maybe at a reduced risk, being aware of the limitations, or you could go full steam ahead and just trade as normal, and just take responsibility for if it goes tits up. But equally, if it goes well as well. So it's all on you, is what I'm trying to say. So just be aware of that. Let me just see what the next one is. See if we can get better training conditions. So it's Friday, so I don't think they're too far apart. Yeah, so 20 minutes out on this one. Much better readability for me, at least. 19 minutes off, 25 grand match, reasonably tight book. Favourite at 4s, coming into 4, and finding support off of it, I think. Or just, it has edged slightly lower, but yeah, basically 4s is where we're finding support here. Second favourite here is also finding support, which doesn't help in terms of the context of a trade, because we want them to be doing opposite things. This to be going down, for example, and this to be going up, or this at support and this at resistance, and vice versa. At the moment, they're both coming into support. This is going into resistance, and this is going into resistance. That's interesting. So these two look to be relatively correlated, and these two seem to be correlated as well, but they are inversely correlated to these two. So just some observations. So this one's going into 5s. So what am I looking for here? I'd say breaks of 4s on either of these would be interesting, which correlates to some bullish moves on either of these. In terms of trend, This looks like the one with the most prospect to it. So let me just see. It's bounced off of sevens. So buying off of sevens might be an option here. But that would need to correlate with breaks anyway of fours on these. Yeah, so really this one is just a wait and see, to see what moves first, and either jumping on that or looking to get on the inverse trade on another selection. So this moving down should mean this moves up. Sevens. I mean, the clearest one is this one, where it's at higher odds. It's the one that's easiest to read for me in terms of bullishness. So I'll put some, you know, some tentative positions there to hopefully get on the back of that. It's being very flat. Is that sitting on fives or going into it? So this this one isn't really a break of fives, because what it's done is it's gone through its crossover and it's actually finding support off of fives. So it needs to break higher than, I guess, 5.2. So this is an instance where the crossover isn't really the best reference in terms of saying it's support. Dynamics of this is changing a little bit. It's come in, it's found support, and rather than pushing lower, it's consolidating and potentially pushing for new highs. How much is mass on? 5 grand on that, 6 grand on that. Very similar prices across the board in terms of matched volume. Between 5 or, you know, between 4.5 and 6, just under 7 grand. Usually one of them, but I mean that's reflected in the odds. You can see these odds are quite similarly priced, which means that there's a more like equal distribution of the volume of matched money. Whereas if you had a favourite, then, you know, a clear favourite, say at ones or twos, and the others were at different prices, then you'd see the volume kind of skewed towards the favourite much more than you are seeing here. But it is a wait and see game. So, that's completely changed there. Found that support, pulled away. That could see, I mean, the chart is lagging, but we could see something drift in the other markets. I do want to reorder, but I've got positions on here. I don't want it to go out of view. So it's dipping down back now into my order. So I'm on a touch at the moment. Does look like it's finding resistance. So even if it wasn't to punch higher, which is what, you know, I want to get filled in it to, you know, go to the bloody moon, but at least there's a reference point. If I get filled on this now, it's at resistance. So I could just put another back order in there to hopefully just make a market and steal a tick. So I'm just trying to build a bit more at sevens here. Do need to be oh shit, didn't see this one. This is broken fives. That's a potential reversal. Alright, gonna put something like 5. I have to be careful here as well, because this is where I went wrong yesterday. I had a selection over, I looked back on the video, had a selection over here, and then I'd had pending orders left in there should the market come back into my favour, and then I was focused on the favourite here, and it was just outside of my peripheral vision. I didn't notice I had open orders. Ended up as a double the risk. Halved attention and doubled the risk. Shitty formula to have. So I'm anticipating this to move down. So I'm bearish on it, but I need to get position. Still bullish on this, but still haven't got position. Don't want to overpay for it, which is why I'm just keeping the orders where they are rather than aggressively moving them into the money. I mean, I could get filled on this now if I wanted, really, but it would mean just getting a crapper price and worse maneuverability if the price goes against me adversely. Not liking the way this is consolidating still. So it definitely hasn't been punching for new highs. It's just been very, very choppy. There's a decent amount of consolidation, which is why I'm happy to keep this in here. Just to, again, like I said, steal a tick if it lets me. But yeah, what we got? 12 minutes to the off. Still only 30 grand matched. Felt like more than that. Let's have a look. Oh, what be possible? Come on. This here now looks like it's approaching or creeping towards fours. Could be another option. Alright, what I'll do, I'll put something a little more aggressive in on that one, which I got filled on. What's this at? 5.1. I'm going to take off some of that. That might be a bit too heavy. So take off some of our position. Still leave those open positions there. Alright. I think I'm going to cancel these now so I can focus on this. So got some skin in the game. It's punched a bit lower, as you can see, but if you look at these previous highs and these previous lows where support and resistance, it's fallen into that. So what was this at? Fives. Okay. Why isn't this ordered by odds? It's so silly. Alright. Still want to get an order at fives, but I'll take some of it off. Okay, so I've got two fills now. Take out a partial there. £2 left to pay up to lay off. How long we got? 9 minutes. That's a bullish sign. Come on, think, mate, think. Just got to listen to what the market's really saying. It was finding crazy support there, which is why I decided just to move up that exit slightly and, go with a reduced loss. This has, as I anticipated, punched much higher as well, but it's no good woulda, coulda, shoulda. I didn't get a fill on that at the price that I wanted, so right overall on direction, but didn't get a fill, so it doesn't count. So I think I've done what I need to do on this one. Oh shit, I haven't greened up, have I? Let's have a look now. So next one, 95 grand matched. That's going to be a decent amount of volume match there. Favorite here, all very similarly priced. So just having a cursory glance just to get my wits about me. Got 15 and a bit minutes to the off. 95, 96 grand match. Book could be tighter, surprisingly. For this amount of volume, it was a whole load of liquidity. I would have thought that would have been, nearer 100 and, 100, 101. But let's see. Well, how big is this field? Yeah, it's very big. Anticipate that because the favourites, or the one that's in the first position, I should say, is at sevens. So there's probably going to be, that means that there's going to be quite a big field. Just because of the way probability works. So this one here looks like it's a bit of a steamer. 7.5, I think, is what it's been going into. Oh, there's no 7.5, so 7.4, 7.6. Could be a decent level to get short on. And this is a... See, I'm just at the back of the mind, I'm thinking of the actual correlation of these now. So whereas if there was a strong favourite, less than, threes at least, threes, 2 3s, maybe 4s, it would mean that the movements in that would have a bigger impact on the other selections. And as you can see, the way I'm trading is based on the inverse relationship between the selections. When the odds are this high, it's going to have less of an impact on the other selections. Which makes it, using this strategy at least, a bit trickier because there's not a strong correlation to work off. But still at least got the price levels to help guide decisions. Good old support and resistance. 13 minutes to the off. Excuse me. Just having a quick look off screen. Fruit shoot A2. Oh, it does take... Yeah, cool. Thanks. It does take out the whole position. So if you right-click, it adds a stop loss and it will go green like this. Also go green. Go fucking... go yellow. And it will take out the whole net position. Interesting. Might play around a bit with that in practice mode. Don't wanna take it live without understanding how it works. Yep. So just still looking off screen at the moment here. So we've got 9 on that, then nothing on that, between 6 and 9 on that. All right. So this is proving to be, at least for me, a tricky one to read how to best act on this. Let's have a reorder just in case there's anything moved. No, nothing's moved. Same. Ah, crap. Let's, come on, mate, sort it out. Sorry, still looking off screen now again. So 12:20, 12:32. Just having a few issues with the Guardian in BetAngel. Let's just remove those and re-add them. Voila. Et continue maintenant. So, this here coming into, was that 8s? That could be interesting. Oh, it's just above 8s. So 8.2. So this break of 8.2 could be worth a short. Yeah, I've got nothing else really to play that off. I'm just basically going on the price action of it breaking 2s. I mean, seeing consistent drifts on aggregate on one, more than one, might be useful. But ones like this can be the hardest ones to trade, in that, you know, you're looking for stuff to do, when in fact, you know, the smartest thing is to do nothing. So okay, it's interesting. Broken 7s, not really significant though. Yeah, this race is a mofo to trade. It's not. It's in, like, there are. I mean, I'd need to think about strategies to trade this type of market. I haven't noticed it that frequently where there isn't a clear favourite. But you can see it's. I mean, okay, so it's Cheltenham, which is probably part of the reason. You're going to have more high quality races there. The amount of volume that was matched before the off. Yeah, very high priced selections, and a very large field of selections as well. Don't even know if I'm using the right terminology there. Know nothing about horse racing. Do know the prices though. Price action, yeah, fair enough. Understand that. Sometimes that's all you need, really, just a niche in terms of your interpretation of the data that you're seeing. It's just the same info, just a different language that you might use to read it. You know, I use charts. Some people might just use the price movement, just a ladder on its own. Some people might use, you know, form, to, you know, read form, their understanding of how, you know, horses work, how they trot, jockeys, all that kind of stuff, past performance, go into that kind of analysis. Yeah, more than one way to skin a cat, and I guess that kind of varying opinion or insights to the market, although it's the same thing that we're all looking at, those varying opinions are what move the markets, and you need volatility in order to make money or lose money. So yeah, Betfair as a platform it's an amazing platform compared to you know, other financial markets, like in terms of being able to enter and exit positions. There's no, you know, people complain about the commission, or, you know, but if you're in the stock market, and I've worked as a stockbroker, so it's a case where, you know, if you want to scratch a trade in the stock market, you've got entry and exit costs. There's no, you know, some people think, you know, break even is a zero sum game. It's not. It's a minus sum game in the stock market or many other financial markets, because you have to pay to get into and out of the position. You don't have to do that on Betfair. So, you know, although it can't absorb as much money, there are many benefits if you're just like a retail or a smaller scale trader. So, favorite here, 20 minutes to your favorite here at 2s. Just broken support not long ago by the looks of it, steaming in. Second favorite drifting, third favorite drifting, fourth favorite not really worth looking at. But yeah, bearish on this by the looks of this move here, bullish on this. Just you know, wary of the what was that, 6.5. So just noticing that this is bullish overall, I guess, but going into its resistance at around 6.4. Or 6.6. So what are we going to do? It's tricky to get a reading on how I might a decent entry point on this, because this has just moved off without any pullback. So the pullback is what gives me the context, the reference point to enter, to short off of. When it's just moved in a straight line like that, it's not as easy to have that reference point. It's gone into 7.6. So I can see these are moving, but I just don't want to jump on them. It can be just like catching a falling knife. And there's not much. I mean, it's, you know, 35 grand match, 18 minutes off, and there's, you know, the liquidity could be better. There's not much money coming through this market, so very easy to get on the wrong side of this, just trying to short this here, or any moves that don't have context to them. Oh, what's going on with that? It's punching above 6.6. Yeah, it's just falling, isn't it? 7.6. So I'm looking at this potentially punching higher. I was also looking at this potentially punching higher, but I've got filled on this, so I shall avert my attention to this. I've got some skin in the game. Looking to get a bit more. That has continued to come in. All right, I'll try and add to this. I'll be careful not to be too overzealous. This is coming in. This does look like it's punching higher, but it could just be a fake breakout. So I've got to be, just reduce some of that. Got to be just wary that it could be a fake breakout and pull back into its range. That's pulling in harder as well. See if we can get some bullishness on this, at least into its previous highs. How long we got as well? 16 minutes. £8 overall. Gonna try and steal a tick on that. Got that tick. £6 to lay off. Think. Why am I going for that? So yeah, I'd the reason I pulled that down, I was saying think, is because it's only gone into these highs as resistance previously. Basically, just for that extra tick, what I was saying is the price had to make new highs. Still viable, but the consolidationist price action gives me a sense that it could just find resistance at these highs rather than punch higher. So for that reason, I just brought down the profit expectation, just so I can get a more probable fill rather than what's possible. But that is moving in still very, very aggressively lower. So this could in fact break its highs, but I never know what's going to happen. I've got to act on what I can see. So I'm right near the front of this queue. Let's see if we can get filled. And partially filled, 75p left. Voila. So this is that point where I'm thinking, okay, 15 minutes to off. Do I want to continue trading on this? Bear me one sec, just need to look off screen. Who's this? Okay. So, yeah, with this, I'm just going to green on this and look at see what we got next. Oof. Piss poor quality on this one. 13 grand. 18 minutes to go. So this is, I mean, there's some readability in the charts, but I mean, this is a good example of something maybe not to trade, because look, first things that jump out, there's gaps in the market. There's gaps between the bid and the offer, the back and the lay price. So there's a spread that's more than a tick apart, which isn't a good sign. Liquidity is very thin, single double digits on the back and lay sides, and just patches in the book as well. So doesn't make for good trading. I mean, it may pick up, but yeah, just becoming more discerning about what works and doesn't work, for me at least. It's good to be able to spot the stuff not to trade as well as the stuff to trade. So what have I got coming in here? Cheltenham, no, passed on that one. 23, yeah, okay, not a lot. So how long have we got to the off? To the next one, I should say. Just gonna see what the next one after this is saying. 23 minutes. That's one I'm already in. So no, I'm going to leave that. So next one here is 107. That has the most readability to it. 23 minutes to off though. 34 grand match, which is okay with this amount of time left. Exceedingly tight book. 100.9. So it's going to be good correlation. We've got odds on favourite. So moves in this, smaller moves in this, will see bigger moves in individual or on aggregate on the other selections. Okay, yeah, I think I'll put my focus on this. So, sorry, just looking away from screen at the moment. Just got some work stuff we're looking on, but yeah, it's not good to. Best to deal with stuff and then come back to it rather than be in open trades and try and do stuff at the same time. So, do not be distracted. Okay, so back on this, let me just get a heartbeat for what's going on. We have got favorite here, come in, found support, double bottomed here, potentially moving off, maybe breaking this resistance to move higher, but also potentially breaking these lows here to punch lower. This is a bit odd, but it's come up and it's hit resistance and it's not moving any higher. And this second favorite. Still 20 minutes, 21 minutes to the off. Not seeing anything just yet to at least to execute on. .5, so okay. Just looking at this as well, waist is kind of, you know, drifted, but it's coming into this previous low here. You see it's finding support, 5.5 here. So a break of that possibly might be viable to short, but also equally it could just be sticking a support to then challenge these highs towards as it goes towards sixes. So there's just no clear direction as of yet as which way to jump on. So I'm trying to wait till that becomes a bit more apparent. Here is the reality of trading. Sometimes it can be, for some people, very boring. I'm not really looking for the action. I'm looking to make money. So next week as well, I'm considering, well, if everything continues as it has been, then as of next week, I'm looking to up the stakes to around £10 rather than £2. Because I've been showing a consistency that I want. Haven't been letting anything go in play. Very rarely. I think yesterday was the only time that I'd, in a very long time as well, that I'd let stuff kind of, that I'd traded beyond that kind of 3 to 4 minute period. So feel that I'm finding a kind of a comfort zone for what could work, which is what I want. So the next thing is really just to add more money to it. And then beyond that, I mean, the way to increase... I was thinking about this the way... can't even speak. I was thinking about this the other day. The best ways to really improve profitability can either trade more, so keep the same kind of style. And this is again, there's so many things that not really mentioned, but if I can, if this scales up so that I can use bigger amounts, and I feel, up to about £50 stakes, this same approach would be viable, still be, liquid enough, then the way to increase income is basically, or profitability, is to trade more. So at the moment, only trading 2 hours or so per day. So I could look to trade more races. I could look to get more out of the trades. So look to maximize the profitability more, or could trade with more money. Those are 3 approaches really. But yeah, it's really a combination of all 3 that could be a nice little earner in the long term, if everything works out. But this is broken higher. This chart's a bit odd to read, but it's broken higher and it's moved into 5s now. It's breaking past 5s now. Is there anything shifting lower? Is this broken support? Alright. Because I haven't got an exact reference point, I'm going to put these slightly outside the money and anticipate that we're going to see some continued bullishness in this. It's a bit risky. See this? I think 1.8 is a reference point that I have on this. So it breaking through 1.8 is what I'm looking for. Again, don't have an exact read on it, but that's what appear. That might be a bit too heavy. So got a £8, looking for an £8 net position in this, which has got filled. Just putting in some partial exits. Need this, or ideally want to see this break lower, and this, bullishness can reappear to this, move this higher. Have £6 to lay off. Can't be too greedy with this. Just trying to listen to what's going. This does look like it's pushed higher and it's producing a new higher low. Just did see it tick down, I think. Was it? Chart's lagging. Yeah, right. Might have missed that. So yeah, this could be reversing potentially now. But I'm okay with where I'm positioned on this. At least for now. What we got? 14.5 minutes. Like it like 4.9. Okay. Come on, man. Play defense. I'm gonna have to pull that down. Reluctantly. That is piercing past its lows, isn't it? Wait a sec. So just gone a bit more greedy on that, because seeing this punch past its support, which should push this out at least a little bit more. So we'll see if the greed pays off, or if it was better to be more defensive. 13 minutes 30 left. So is it still 6? Yeah, still £6 to lay off. On the touch at least with this one, but looking for it to move at least another tick up. Bearishness on this is encouraging. This will continue to move in, so hoping that will help move this out. quite near the front of the queue on this one, and also on this one. Alright, got fully filled. So made some green. Again, probably at the, it's the lower edge of what I'd be looking for from as a profit, but it's not bad, not amazing. Still plenty of time left on that. Let's move on. Let us move on. Oh, look at this.
Should I play the station smooth?
No, Alexa, you should not. What did I even say that sounded like Alexa in that? For fuck's sake. Spying on my shit. So we've got Cheltenham, 20 minutes to off. It's the same race. It's basically the same conditions as that one that I passed on the last time. High quality race, so shit ton of volume. I saw that immediately from the way that these charts are just very dense in their data points, these front two here. So let's read what we can read out of this. So 6's favourite, found support around 5.5, I think. Let's blow this up so I can see. Oh, it's 6. Okay, so it's found support at 6's. Yep. This here. Let's have a look at this one. Can't really read that. Yeah, the easiest read on this is this one that's finding support at 6's, but you could just try and make a market, lay at this, back at this. The reason I'd want to lay first is because that looks like it's more support, so getting that filled first would make sense in case it bounces off. But it's by the by, it doesn't really appeal to me. Just where the price is at the moment doesn't appeal to me. This one looks like it could be on a drift between 9 and 10s. So its resistance is 10s and its support has been 9s. Oh, there's another one we've got to just wait. Say the V. Again, if I feel my attention kind of waning, I've got no qualms with just cutting a day, short. It's just, it's knowing how I trade, knowing, where I've messed up before, and where I've done better. And that's what these videos help with, at least for me. It's just to see back, where I've been better and where I've been worse, and just tweak a strategy based on that. It's not that much time that I'd have to invest each day. At the moment, that's the main investment, is time. It's like a couple of hours a day just looking over these markets to potentially make a additional part-time to full-time income within the following, next few months. Next few months to maybe a year. No timeline on it, really. Like I said from the very early videos, don't really care if it works or not. It's just giving it enough of a runway to see if it is possible. Work so far has been encouraging, but yeah, who knows? Could be a very different market working with bigger stakes. Sheesh. Yeah, there's not much I can really do about this. These aren't These aren't markets that I'm used to trading high. No, well, there's clearly volume. There's clearly, you know, liquidity. I'm not used to it being such high odds on the favourites. So just you know, I'll be able to probably look back on this and see what I could have done in this. I think possibly because there's, I mean, looking at these price movement, making markets is the viable thing here really. So just backing and laying, rinse and repeat. But getting nearer to the off now, that becomes a little less viable, because there could be more breakouts than there have been previously. So I don't want to get too overzealous and just think, oh yeah, it's just going to stay static. Let me just, you know, be a market maker on this all day long, rinse and repeat, because, you know, there could be a break at any possible point as more volatility comes into market. You know, the more money coming in at a period of time, then the more volatility is likely to be, which could make it a little less predictable. Excuse me, I've had my coffee today as well. That's what I've been sipping on. It's been a late night. Let's remove these from Guardian. I'm just looking through Guardian now. Like some of these Cheltenham ones, there's already about 150 grand matched on some of them, and they're like an hour away. Jesus. Jeez. So, all right, this is pulled back into nines. Just take your time. All right, I'm gonna put something on this. I do like the way this has come back, pulled into nines, potentially finding support off of these previous highs. It was resistance. So I will take a move based on that, because I've got some decent context for it. But I need to be aware, as I was saying earlier, that time is ticking down, so there's going to be a bit more volatility come into the market, or possibly more volatility, and this kind of predictability might go. But let's see what we can get. So currently looking to get filled on the lay side. Got something on the money and a little something outside the money as well. Has dipped down. Has that broken it? I'll maintain with this for now. Got my partial exits in there. How long we got? 12 minutes 20. Yeah, it has dipped. Shit. Alright, let me... I saw that in the ladder. I don't know what it was. So I'm just going to... got in nice and early on that one. So I have got filled on that. So I've got a net position of 8 overall. Oh, pay attention, mate. Net position of 8 overall. So taking some money off the table here will at least reduce my, well, if it lets me, will help me reduce my risk, and potentially taking a bit of a profit as well. But I have to be careful because it started to roll over and, you know, punch for new lows, which is the opposite of what I'm looking for. So just have to be a bit defensive here. It's a relatively heavy position for such high odds as well. So, you know, this could easily just creep away and have losses increase. but just trying to listen to what's going on here. It's moving into support, so this could see, you know, some pullback. I can't just you know, hope for that. Got a plan around what's happening, or reacts to what's happening, I guess is a better way of saying it. How long? 10 minutes. You know what? I think that will take me to break even, actually, if I can get this out. Oh no, it didn't. Shit. And it's moved off again. So, carrying a loss on that. 9 minutes 50 to the off. Oh yeah, I don't know why I thought that would take me to break even. So let's see. So it's even riskier now to try and take a position. And I don't want to, you know, at this point it's a case of, oh fuck, made a loss on this. It wasn't necessary really. Do I want to get back at the market? No, not really. The market's it'll fuck me over. If I try to do anything, might get away once or twice, but trying to do stupid things that are outside your rules frequently will come back to bite you in the ass, or it's likely to. You can learn new things from doing stuff like that, but now's not the time. So take a small loss on that and move on. So that's between 5 and 9p loss there, and then when's the next one? With that one, I mean, with that one, I'm not too, you know, to be honest, that was, I'm not unhappy with the way I traded that. It's just the fact that I've misinterpreted where the break even was. That should have been a break even rather than a loss. But next one we've got is 130. And again, remember, if you're watching back on YouTube, do this daily live stream on Twitch. It's just Mr. with an MR Exchange Trader. So Mr. Exchange Trader on Twitch, and then uploaded same day to YouTube. So 22 minutes to the off. 31 grand, 32 grand matched. Tight book. Threes on the favourite. Come in, hit support. Quite choppy, consolidating. Could see an attack of these lows again, or perhaps attack of these previous highs, where it either bounces or breaks. This one here, let's see if I can get a read on. It's just under fours, which is his resistance. So maybe a break of fours would be worthwhile. Long position on this, and then on this, whatever those lows are. God, somewhere between 3.25 and 3.5. It's higher than that. Yes, I'm guessing this. So I think a break lower of, let's call it 3.35, would be worth potentially shorting, and then a break higher of 3.95, I think, on this one to go long. So let me just do a quick reorder on that. So just waiting for the break to happen first rather than just preempting it too much. Okay, so it has happened there. So we've got some skin in the game. And you can see there, it happened exactly as I was saying it. I was waiting on the on the break to happen of that 3.35 rather than just getting on it first of all, because it hadn't happened as of yet. And I could have preempted it, but that meant that there was a higher chance it would just find support and then move higher. But at least it's, you know, seeing it breach through gives a better indication that we could see it move lower. Now, what would help this would seeing, you know, one or more of these move out, but I have got some skin in the game on this, and anticipate we could see some moves lower. Or at least it can consolidate. Either way, there's still scope to make profit from that because of how I've positioned the entry. I think I'm having some problems with Twitch. Can't quite look at that at the moment. But as soon as it's viable, I'll just check in and make sure the stream's still working. If not, it's at least being recorded separately for YouTube. So 18 minutes, 19 minutes to the off. Yeah, I'm comfortable holding this, at least for now. This does look like it could be rolling over, but to move lower, that is, which wouldn't help this position, but you know, okay, holding tight for now. Just move that up a little bit, just be a bit more defensive, because we haven't seen any substantial moves in a period of time. So just got to listen to what's going on. I'll maintain this Q position. Still got enough time to work with. Let's see what we can see. That's edging in slowly. Yeah, I feel this could be more of a scalp trade than a breakout trade. But if this gets filled, that will give me a few more options. I'll just go for a scalp here, maybe move these other ones up. So what happened there? Wasn't fully paying attention. I think I got filled on part of. I momentarily looked away from the screen, but anyway, I've got a net position of 4s, and okay, so that's got filled. So I've got a partial exit done. Got position on this. I mean, it's not great position, but position nonetheless. Still got this here to potentially get filled, so I'll leave that for now. Still got enough time to work with. Do have some green, not an amazing amount, but profit is a profit. 15 minutes and a half till the off. It's just really sticking at this level. Just want to learn from my previous experience when it's just been consolidating for so long. I still feel it's going to punch lower, but I've got to go on the assumption that it's just going to find support. So, yeah, playing defense for now. So I'd move this net position here to 3.25. Obviously, if this gets filled and it moves lower, then I'll be flat. I've missed out on that. But it just seems to make more sense to take this position out of support rather than waiting and anticipating further punches lower. And obviously, if I get this filled, then that will help me at least attempt to get a tick extra. But Q £64 needs to be matched here in this queue of about 290. So, okay, so I'm flat now, but I'm going to maintain this position to potentially open a new one. So there's more money coming in as well. Can I see anything drifting? No. This one, but quite high odds. I'd want to see this drift, but it's the opposite really. It's coming in. Yeah, it's going to move lower, isn't it? But 13 minutes. I'm just, because I've got quite good position on this, I'm going to leave it in there. And it has punched lower as well, which is another good sign. But let's see if we can get a fill at a decent price and just take on a bit more risk to potentially increase that profit. So getting filled. So got a bigger position in now. Happy to add this one. I mean, it's at resistance. These high, so I've got £6 net position in now. So just waiting, seeing this pull back a bit. So it's hit that resistance, pull back. So looking to get filled, or hopefully get filled around here. Munchevez on Twitch asking what should you put money into right now? Ain't got a Scooby, mate. Don't know. I don't really bet on, on outright betting for horses. I just look at the price action. And by the time I tell you what's going on in the price and you've put a position in, it's probably going to be too late. My decision might have even changed and it's going in the other direction. So unfortunately, I don't know how to advise on that. But I would say, I mean, look at these videos will give you a good insight into how I trade, how I've been trading over the last 30 days. So it's here on Twitch and then on YouTube as well. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to put your money onto right now, unfortunately. So I'm just going to play this a bit more defensive. So bringing up some of that position to get out of this price here. So that's got filled. So I've reduced my risk and still have, you know, profit potential in this. So it is finding resistance at those highs. I need to be wary of that. Fuck. All right. Let's play a defensive game. 10 minutes to the off. I'd love to be, you know, squeezing more profit out of these, but the time isn't really right for that. I've just got to stick to the rules, set myself, and just to protect that capital so I can live to trade another day. So, you know, sometimes it's reluctantly I'm moving the orders. Sometimes even though I think it could move a lot more. But no regrets. What happens, happens. All right, got filled on that. So still got £2 to lay off. You know what? I'm going to move that. There's signs of bullishness in this. It looks like it's attacking those previous highs to potentially punch higher. And this has, you know, come into its lows to potentially push lower. So that relationship, this moving higher, this moving lower, is not a good one to bet against. But I do know the price has a likelihood, even if it is bullish and moves higher, is it will pull back before moving higher, which is why I've positioned this exit based on that. So hopefully this will get filled and I'll get a little bit of green out of this. I'll have to watch that back actually. I don't think this is where I think more movement has just been more energy just for the same result, because I think I had about this much profit before. No, it's 6p. Okay, so it's about a tick extra that I've made for all that extra work. If this gets filled. Right, got filled. Yeah, that's one of those ones where more movement does not necessarily mean more progress. Let's just move on to the next one, shall we? Punch. So we've got 13 minutes to the off. Favorite odds on favorite come in. Looks like it's, you know, steamed in. Could be finding resistance at twos. Let me just have a look. Yeah. So it's punch past twos and it's finding resistance off of it, potentially to. Oh, it's doing it. Potentially to. It's already done it. Moved lower. Bollocks. This doesn't help. So we've got another instance where the chart has fucked me over a bit because I can't see what the most recent price action has been doing. But I mean, looking at the ladder, it's been drifting. But I want to see, you know, the nuances of what's happened. I can't see that on this chart, unfortunately. So that doesn't help in the way that I trade. So this could be another one that I have to pass on just because I don't have the information that I need. Let's see when the next one is then. And I guess that's one of the good things. I think I've said it before, but it's one of the good things in, I guess I've grown. Sounds so fucking airy-fairy, but I've grown as a trader in that just being more discerning in stuff that I do trade and don't. Because I know the stuff that's going to lose me money, or a higher chance of me losing money. So this one here is the next one, not too bad. 18 minutes to you off, 31 grand match, pretty good. Very tight book at 107, so nice training conditions. The charts look much better. So we've got a favourite here at threes. Looks like it's coming into support just under 325. So breaks of 325 could be interesting to short. But have to be aware that the second favourite here has also been coming in. So there isn't that inverse correlation that we really want. This here looks interesting. What's those highs? Just under fours. Oh, can't get the exact number. But breaks higher on this would be interesting. I'll need to consider what that number would be. So break of this resistance to push higher. or potentially a break of this support that we're seeing here. Very nuanced just because of the type of chart, but that's what I'm looking for. 325. Yeah, my favourite position would be this to short if the right conditions come to light. And it would be a move past 325, I guess. So let's move it into that and find a resistance. So, yeah. So, I guess a break lower of this of 325 and a break higher of 3.5 on this. That resistance has been pretty high. So either to lay this as it goes potentially past 3.5 or short this as it goes past 325. But again, just waiting for it to happen before waiting for that confirmation, because you can see if I was just to speculate that that was going to go higher just because it was going into 3.5, I'd be on the wrong side of that now by a few ticks. Would have got a better position, be nice and early, but then, you know, it just goes the opposite way against you, be losing money. So that's why I prefer to wait and see that the breaks happened or some other confirming feature, action from another selection. In fact, this might be apt to short. Let's just have a look. Again, can't read that number. This is looking good to short, but I'm just trying to find out where my entry would be. It's a bit of a guesstimation on this one. Oh, no, not that heavy. So I'm looking to short this because it's broken its support. And this has been at support and potentially, it's moved higher. The chart's lagging still. So, trying to get some skin in the game to get short on this. 15 minutes see off. Skin in the game. Just putting some partial exits there on the touch with this. This could be drifting as well, which helps. So, you probably didn't see it, but I put in another one there to make this 4. Try and get filled again at that same price level, 3.4. Have to be careful that just isn't finding support at these levels. What is that? It's a bit too high, too much. So £10 net stake. So I've got £10 to lay off. 248, so that's 8. So you can see, I think that's edging higher. Well, this is already continued to punch lower, so that's good. £6 to lay off. I'm going to bring this up. I think I'm going to try and close out everything at this price. Right. Could have squeezed more of that, but I just felt it was hitting its lows. It could stagnate. Well, in hindsight now, this looks like it's broken lower as well, which it's not going to help this. So, yeah, big old game of defense on that, but looks like it could have paid off because it is definitely stagnating here. 28p. Good return for these stakes, and still 12.5 minutes left. So let me see what else go on in. Must excuse me. Apologies for all the yawning. So let's see when the next one is at. So we've got 20 minutes to the off. Whoa, another Cheltenham one. So got a stronger favourite in this instance though. So it's almost 200 grand matched with 20 grand, 20 minutes to tee off, which is phenomenal. Very tight book. Favourite of fours where it's found support. Looks like it's found support here. Just under fours. Second favourite, third favourite. I mean, my intuition here is just to jump in on this and just make a market on this one, because it's been so consistent at consolidating at these levels. Slightly bent against my better judgment, but hey, let's try it. I'm going to put both orders in at the same time, because that way you get position on both of them. And so I don't really have a directional bias on this. I don't think it's going to break higher or lower, but I do anticipate that it's just going to fluctuate between this support and this resistance. So those conditions are apt for market making, where I just take the bid and the back and the lay side at the same time, just to provide liquidity to the market. I'm a market maker in this instance. So yeah, there was a relatively same amount of money when I put in these orders initially. This one looks like it's getting, queues getting eaten through quicker than this one. And the reason I put them in both at the same time is just to get position in that queue. So it could be the case where, as this is getting filled, this is also getting filled. Whereas if I'd waited for one to get filled and then, then enter another one, enter the closing position, that is not as advantageous, because, you have to go to the back of the queue. So, okay, got filled on this. So I need this one to fill. Do have the option to bring this down to break even at sixes. But I need to make money on this. I'd need 97p to be matched. So got good queue position on this, but the lay side money's thinning out. It has ticked down, but I'll maintain at least for now. But just need to be aware that it was a risk. And I think this is more viable as well the further out for the start you are. If this was a very lazy market, maybe if I'd been here 40 minutes before the off, just making markets like this might be, because of the liquidity in here or the volumes going through, it would have been relatively viable just to make markets. But I don't really look ahead of the day what races are happening. That's not part of my trading repertoire at the moment, but I guess food for thought. Looks like at least I'm on the right side of this for now. Again, can't get too complacent. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. Just waiting. So quite near the front now. Still 15 minutes to go. Come on, fat lady, sing. Let's hear ya. Oh, this is starting to gently drift in. Oh, steam in. This has maintained its consolidation. Partially filled. Just need the other £2 there to go. Have some of that. There we go. Filled on both sides. Made a market based on seeing the consolidation there. Could have easily used bigger stakes because of the liquidity in this market. 31 grand matched on the third favourite. It's 90 grand on. I mean, that's a typical race, you know, pre-off at this time, just on all the selections on a typical race. But yeah, made some green on that. So I will hedge that across all outcomes so as to ensure a profit. And then just look to move on. So 45 grand. Oh, wow. 29 minutes. Really? It is indeed. Okay. Yeah. I wasn't feeling that Cheltenham one. Let's go back to it just a sec. But I know there's opportunity in this in terms of, you know, of left money on the table potentially. But it's just the way that I trade at the moment isn't optimized for this type of market. So I'm just going to stick to what I know for now before getting too creative. And I think that's what's helped with my progress as well over the last 30 days. It's just trying to stick to similar types of races without getting too you know, creative around it in terms of, you know, trying new things. There's a time to try new things, don't get me wrong, but there's also a time just to stick to what's working. Excuse me. So just have a quick look off screen just to see what we've got going on in terms of P&L. So got a few to settle, wait to settle now. So that's 8p on that. Nothing on that. I think that was the last one, 28p. Let's call that. So 28. Let's call it 36. So far I have had 9p profit, 9p profit, 29p profit. No, sorry, start again. 9p profit, 9p profit, 23p profit, 14p profit, a 9p loss. Still to settle 8p profit and then a 28p profit. So that's about, so that's what's that? Hang on. So that's 46 and 38 to settle. So that's 78, 84p or more to settle on a day. So yeah, it's good news. Profit on the day is always good news. So, and if you've managed to make it this far on YouTube, do feel free to give it a thumbs up if you haven't already, or follow me. I'm here every day on Twitch and then uploaded to YouTube afterwards. So just looking off screen still. So let's see. So, yeah, this is still quite a way off, but just having a look over what we can see. Type book, 100.9, thereabouts, 100.6. 48 grand matched, odds on favourite. So these are all good things. I mean, the charts are readable. These are all things that I'm looking for when potentially entering a position. So here, what's that, 1.9? It's always harder to get exact reads off of odds on favourites, because there's basically potential data points for every single tick. The increment is 0.01, whereas with these ones that are 0.5 between each tick, or 0.2, it's easier to get a read off of these static charts. So sometimes I do struggle getting estimations of entry and exit points on the favourites, unless it's a clear crossover like 2. But let's see what we can see. So this one is looks like it could be on a drift. This has come in, or is at least moving in. So it's 4.5 as its support. So 4.5 as its support is here, and it's going into its resistance at 5s. So because this overall, I'd be bullish on this, but I'd want to get in at a decent price. Oh, hang on, this is coming. Okay, a kid in a candy shop. Oh, this is good. Oh no, this is good. Generally not a good approach to have. So I'm gonna have to guess what that level of support is. Probably gonna be 9s. But you can see these orders are just way out of the money. But that's with intentionally. So I'm bearish on this. I'm bullish on this. But I'm looking for value for money on the entries. I want it to pull back, then potentially move lower. Ugh, that is a messy chart. Right, looks like that could be coming in. I'm just going to cancel that. So I'm on the money now with this one. So this is that 4.5 level that I'm anticipating is support. Which it's moved into. I'll go for something. Do I want to do that? All right, well. No. I'm gonna wait. I was going for a more aggressive move there, but just had another think about that. Just in terms of where that will put me in a position. Just thinking of the downside, really. What could go wrong? And I decided against it. So on the touch here. What's going on? Felt like it paused. See if I can get a feel on that. I'll go in light with the more aggressive move, and then more conservative on the more conservative price, a bit more heavy. So I have got some skin in the game, looking to get more, just looking for confirmation to see if it's worth actually adding to that position, or taking something at market. So this has come out to resistance. Yeah, that's good. Let's say 1.9 is a resistance, so it moving lower could help. 20 minutes to off. Let's work within the realms of possibility. So I'm going to drag my take profit down to it's below 5. So yeah, okay, that's an achievable profit target. Does look like it's come back in and it's been finding some support. We'll try and add to that at that price. Maybe take off a little bit on this. So put the bulk of what I want to be filled on at this position, but taken a slightly more aggressive position and reduced it on the one that's further out to take an entry. But just trying to get more skin in the game, if you like. Right, listen to what's going on, mate. Listen. So drag down that profit. Oh shit! What do I do there? Drag down that. Reduce my profit expectations, because that's where resistance has occurred before. So just trying to get a fill. And take some money off the table, rather than it reverse on me and get nothing. So how long we got? 18 minutes. Still ages to the off, but some decent money coming through at least. So I've got good position on these two here. £20, £27. So I mean, if this comes back, what I'm hoping for, the best case scenario, is get filled on that, and then it pulls back again to find support off of here. And if it were to, then I'd have a reasonably good position on this to get filled quite early, and then maybe put in a closing position whilst it's still just got filled. But yeah, no, can't think too many. I mean, I'm thinking a few steps ahead, but it's just kind of like planning out plan of action, rather than have to be thinking about it as it's happening. I know what I'm looking for. So we've got 17 minutes off. Okay, so that's got filled. Like I said, I'm going to maintain this position here for now. I mean, it breaking 5s could be, viably a reason to get long on that. But yeah, gotta wait and see. Okay, so got some more skin in the game. It's dipped into support. Got even more. Got to be careful that I'm not jeopardizing, the monies that I have made. So I've got £6 to lay off, but decent position now, in that I'm anticipating this is support of 4.5. So I need that to hold, but this is drifting hard. It's not going to help this. Shit. Alright, let me react to that. So I've brought down that profit expectation to take out some of this here, and I've got, you know, okay position on this if it were to tip back up into it. But I need to see some bearishness return to this, or more importantly, some bullishness return to this. But it's just still struggling with this 4.5, which is good. Okay, so got filled on that, so taking some risk off the table. It's just drifting so hard. Oh my god. I don't want to be giving money back on this, even though I feel it could just come back, but I can't hope for that. Hope is not a strategy. So got out of that just because this has been moving hard, and you know, this has broken its support. I've got 14 minutes left, so there is still scope to I'm actually slightly bearish on this now. So whereas before I was looking for movements up, I'm looking now to actually get short on this, in that seeing this bullishness here, and could see what was previous support act as resistance. So that's the reason for attempting to get short on this. Apologies if you're on Twitch. I think there's some fuck ups in the feed going on right now, but hey ho. So let's see if I can get a fill on this to get short. Could take market, but I feel that might be a bit too aggressive. 13 minutes. Let's push it up again. It's going to help this. So break even now with 12 minutes to go. So it gave back some profit there, but I mean that's not really, you know, not losses. It's, I've protected capital, and rightly so. You can completely switch my view on this to being bullish, to listening to what the market was doing. It was hitting this kind of the reference point here of 4.5, and the dynamics of it changed. So accordingly, I had to change my position as well, and I do think it could punch lower still. But the point is, am I too late to the game? And do I want to jeopardize potentially making bigger losses? May need to leave this one. Again, reluctantly. But yeah, not losing money. That is the thing. Don't lose money unnecessarily. So sorry, just looking away from the screen at the moment now. 50, 5. So next one we've got is at let's remove these suspended ones. Wait, that's the one I was just looking at, wasn't it? Yeah. Yes, it was. So, punch. What we got? 10 grand. Mios Dios. That's not good. That's just, yeah, piss poor. Piss poor. Thin market, gaps in it. I mean, there's no spread at least, but yeah, it's very thin. Very thin. See what the next one after it's saying. 21 minutes and a half. Yeah, a lot more readability in this. So 40 grand matched, 101, 101.2% book. That's tight enough. That's good. So so that'll bring it to 95. Alright, let's see what we can do with this one and then assess things from there. So we got favourite twos drifted out but pulled back and finding support, viably punching lower now past that support. Indeed it is. Second favourite here at sixes, consolidated, pulled in, found some support, currently has support just under sixes. So there's that. Certainly if that starts to pull away, or this one at sevens, pull away from its support, this has found support at sevens as well. That would help this move lower, even more lower, or vice versa, depends what way you're looking at it, but certainly this does look like it's punching lower, so short of that is on the cards. I just can't get an exact read on the price for reference, but it's somewhere between 2.5 and 2.75. 2.7. Where's the volume? There. So, what else can I see? Just don't feel like shorting that would be the wisest move. Maybe a break of this could be of interest. A break of sevens. If this starts to find support and moves up, and this breaks as well. Certainly this is punching past nines, isn't it? It already has punched past nines. Okay. So I think 8.6 is a reference on this, or 8.8. The reason I'm reluctant to this is I can't get an accurate read of the numbers that I'm working with for the support and support and resistance levels. So, because I'm also looking for, inverse relationship to the other ones, I'm just a bit standoffish in trying to enter that. But a clearer move, okay, that has punched sevens. Let me just... or has it? These bloody charts. Clearer move is seeing some upward movements in this, which I have, and some bearish movements past support in these, which I have as well. So I'll see if I can get a position in with the anticipation we could see it move much lower, but at the very least just come into support and, you know, take a scalp, take a tick or two. So it'll be an £8 net stake overall. Just take some of that out nearer the money and leave something in for a bigger move. Very defensive play, but you know, if it's making money. No, is that drifting? Just trying to use my peripheral vision really to see if that's, you know, moving. Boss, mainly looking at this one. Just going to move that up. See if I can get filled on this. So it's just at support. As again, I said, I'm quite bearish on this. I think it could punch for much lower lows, but I'd be content if this gets filled at support. It gets me out of profit of about 17p, which it has. So, all right, I think I'm happy with that progress for today. Let me just see what's going on with my P&L. Oh, all right. Again, it's more than I thought that I've made on a day that has cleared. So let's go over the races today. So we've made 9p profit, 9p profit, 23p profit, 14p profit, 9p loss, 9p profit, 28p profit, 11p profit. I think a break even as well. This hasn't settled yet. And then, what was it, 15, let's call it, go the low end, 15p profit off of this, which would be £1.09 on the day. I'm happy with that. Good return. It's in, you know, it's consistent with what I made before. Still low stakes for the next few days, but into next week I'm looking to up those to 10, I think is what I've got in mind, but I might adjust that. But yeah, that's some nice progress. So I'll be back here again on Twitch for live, and then tomorrow sorry, oh, feels like a long day, but yeah, sorry, I'm back here tomorrow on Twitch, and then it'll be uploaded to YouTube as well afterwards. And thank you for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.